Hello gorgeouses, welcome to Smart Sustainable Style, where interior design, sustainability, and soul-aligned style come together. I'm your host Anna Caro, and as an interior designer, I help curate homes that calm the mind and nourish you body and soul. So if you're ready to create a space that shifts your home's energy and transforms your energy, I'm on a mission to help you do that so that you can live in a space that creates magic in every element of your life. So let's get started. Today's topic is how to organize your home for a sophisticated design style. We're going to be talking about 3 keys to clearing the clutter and creating a beautiful space. So we are getting right into spring, moving into that earth energy season. It's a great time to plant new seeds, new intentions, and get grounded in your new goals for the year. So if decluttering and a clutter-free lifestyle is on your list, you're in the right place. And I also want to say real quickly that this is the #1 issue that my VIP and full service clients have when they come to me with a new project. So if you're struggling to stay on top of clutter, you're not alone, and there's no need to feel shame about it because we all struggle with it a little bit. Okay, so when you're aiming to achieve a sophisticated design, organizing and decluttering your space is critical. So we want to create an organized space clear of clutter because it's proven to reduce stress. And I love what Deepak Chopra said about this. He said, what we see, we become. And maybe he wasn't talking about clutter, but what we see, we become. So if you are surrounded by clutter and chaos and unresolved clutter, you're going to be feeling that anxiety inside of you, and you're going to be feeling overwhelmed. So this is an important step in creating a nourishing home for yourself. So if you're ready to create better energy flow, and create that sophisticated design aesthetic, let's begin with those 3 keys to organization and decluttering. Okay, so the first step is to begin by decluttering. And when you look at sophisticated spaces you admire, no matter the style or the color scheme, one thing they all have in common is a distinctive lack of clutter. And when you begin by decluttering, you'll have that fresh beginning and a much easier time implementing storage systems and the aesthetic you want to achieve. So there are several approaches to decluttering. I highly recommend checking out the KonMari method by Marie Kondo, which you've probably heard of Marie Kondo. If you haven't, oh my gosh, her book has been so helpful to me. And she also has a hit Netflix series for a good reason. Her little drawer organization tips and her micro tips on organization are amazing, so check that out. And I want to talk about her a little more because although I read her book about 5 years ago, I've really been using a lot of her method over the last year. My mother passed away and she was living in my grandparents' house, so with my family we've been going through a lot of personal belongings and getting the house cleared out. So it's been really helpful. Here's the next tip, which I believe she touches on, is to take it one space at a time. So this really prevents overwhelm and allows you to work at your own pace. So instead of trying to do your whole house at once, start with a small area, and it really helps if that area is not super sentimental. That's like a pantry or a linen closet, and that's going to give you a quick win and some great momentum moving forward. So at my grandparents' house, starting with that hallway closet that was kind of the catch-all, it just had, Band-Aids and first aid stuff and dry food storage. That's a lot easier to go through. So start with a small space, start with a non-sentimental space, And by the time you get to the end, you'll be much better and conditioned to making those decisions on keep it or give it away or reorganize. Okay, and then I challenge you to adopt a maintenance method. So the other little tip about decluttering is people get their homes decluttered, but then that's it, and they don't keep it maintained. So I challenge you for 21 days to spend however many minutes you can, just 5 minutes, 10 minutes. I think for me about 15 is what I don't know, I usually spend about 10 minutes when I get home just decluttering. And if you get in this habit, it becomes kind of a knee-jerk impulse, and you do it every day, and you'll find over time, once you get in the habit, you're going to maintain that decluttered home so much better. So I recommend doing a 21-day challenge with yourself. And so that's decluttering in a nutshell. All right, key number 2 to that sophisticated design organization. We want to customize your space to fit your family and your life. And a customized approach to organizing is another critical element, because as a general rule of thumb, if you're not using a space, you're not utilizing it well. So we want to eliminate catch-all drawers, catch-all rooms. People have, I've seen catch-all rooms. We all kind of have one. But tailoring your space to fit your needs, when everything has a place, it makes it a little more difficult to have those catch-all spaces coming up. So think about how you actually live and how you actually work in the space. When it comes to storage, you want to think about, what is it I'm storing? What size is it? How many of them are there? What's the best way to categorize them? And how much ease of access do you need? So items that you don't need as much, put those further away. If it's something you're going to be accessing daily or weekly or even monthly, make sure you can get to it easily. For example, so let's say you have an entryway with a nice big coat closet, and you've got it all set up as a mudroom, but you always come in the back door. Don't try to fit yourself into that expectation of having the mudroom in the front if that's not what you're going to use. So if it's to your advantage to invest a little time in getting that back entrance set up as a mudroom, go ahead and do that. And this is where it's about alignment versus perfectionism. And I think this is where a lot of homeowners get kind of hung up. And this is a common mindset issue. So let's talk about this a little. Alignment versus perfection. So alignment is about sitting down, thinking about, what do I need? You know, what's going to help my goals? So go through the different slices of life. Think about your work life, think about your hobbies, think about your family and what those needs really are. And rather than trying to hop on a trend or follow the current design aesthetic, I think a great designer really helps a homeowner to cultivate that environment that really works for them and their family. So this is so important in that sophisticated design. And don't be hard on yourself, you know, give yourself grace, and it's much better to have a home that supports you in a few impactful ways than it is to have a home that looks perfect but doesn't really function for you. Okay, key number 3, install organizational systems. This is another little step that homeowners miss all the time. They will get decluttered, maybe they'll customize a little bit, but having organizational systems that really work is going to set your home apart, not only functionally but aesthetically, and it's going to give you that sophisticated look. So when everything has its place, it ends up back in its place. So for example, in the bathroom, consider replacing your pedestal sink with a vanity that has drawers and doors and plenty of storage so you're not leaving things out on the countertop. Another mistake homeowners make a lot is having several small furniture pieces. And instead of that, I recommend finding a single larger piece that can be a focal point. It can be maybe a beautiful antique or handmade product, piece of furniture that's going to really create excitement in the space, be a focal point, and keep all that clutter in one spot versus scattered around the room. And for storage containers, I love choosing a material theme or even a color theme. So maybe you want to do all metal, maybe you want to go with wood or something softer like a rattan and woven baskets. Whatever your style is, you can choose your material theme and then look around at antique stores or on Etsy and begin to collect similar storage containers that play nicely together. And what this does is it results in a curated look that is also very unique to you and interesting when people come over and when you're there. And finally, my last little tip on organizational systems is get custom closets designed for you. This is absolutely the way to go to avoid pileup. And this last year, well, 2 years now, but I've had my first closet designed for me and my things, and it's been amazing. So absolutely a great investment of your time to hire either a carpenter, an interior designer, or a closet specialist to get that custom design to really work for you and your needs. So I hope you enjoyed my tips today on decluttering and organization to really help you curate your home and develop that sophisticated design aesthetic that we're all looking for. So no matter where you are on your journey of home, remember, you deserve a space that helps create magic in every aspect of your life. And you can achieve it with impactful design founded on a strong vision. I'm Caro, and this has been Smart Sustainable Style. Bye for now.